Alrighty, so daily recap. Let's start with GU. Daily is bullish, internal is bullish, looking for price to potentially break that internal high. H4, same thing, internal is bullish and the swing is bullish. We're in phase A. Phase A, we want to target that H4 swing high. Um, so we were basically looking to take price bullish or take longs from this H4 demand. Yes, it doesn't have any inducement, but it's still a strong H4 demand is still a flip from that supply, right? So medium time frame, M15 is bullish. Internal at that moment was bearish. We switched bearish, so we knew that price could potentially play that pullback, minimum to EQ. But once we break EQ, thing is, the only demand that we have would be that one. That's the extreme. So at first, I was looking for buys if we get an IBOS. If we don't get an IBOS, then I'm potentially looking for sells till that demand because we already broke every demand. So after EQ, the only demand that we have available would be that one. And that's exactly what happened. So price continued creating bearish structure. Didn't get any entry, couldn't get any entry here because I was expecting price to continue bearish. But also, we had no clear supply that had inducement, and we had no clear mitigation of any supply. So price just pushed to the downside, leaving us with that as our internal high and that as our internal low. Price pushed to the upside, attempted to break it but couldn't, and then what we got is just a sweep of the high followed by chalk. So if you think about it, this is a fractal low, and because price pushed to the upside and broke all the previous fractal highs, so that low would be technically the fractal low, which after we swept the high couldn't close above, we just got the chalk. Um, so then we had that as our supply, right? And and yeah, to be fair, that would be decent entry, I would say. Once we break it, you don't need to wait for a retest. So once you break it, I would say that would be a decent entry right there. But because I missed that one, that's totally fine. What happened is price just pulled back again, creating another supply, breaking the low with just 0.1 pip, and then pushing higher again, mitigating that last internal or last fractal high. Fractal has supply, that one that we have here. And yeah, price once it engulfed that candle, I was just waiting for that low to go. Once it went and price gave us some bearish momentum, I just took the trade right there. Stop loss above the supply, the fractal supply, and I was targeting a 1 to 3. The thing that I like here is that that 1 to 3 is not, it's before the extreme demand, so that's nice to see. Also, the extreme demand doesn't have inducement. We don't have any level uh, that could potentially make price continue higher. So for me, my target was to just, push price lower, potentially to that demand, and then we'll see what will happen. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. So price push lower, giving us a boss. Giving us an IBOS, another IBOS, and pushing lower. So what happened after is that price now, during the evening, we had another another IBOS. So for now, our internal high would be that one, right? And our internal low would be still here. There you go. And yeah, we're still bullish. So I'm still potentially looking for longs, but the extreme demand doesn't have inducement, so it's a bit tricky. We could see liquidation of that low and push higher. We could see that for sure. Uh, or we could just see price continuing lower and then give us another IBOS. I'm not really sure. Although I know that we want to continue higher to break that high, right? So if tomorrow we get some sort of, let's say, liquidation or any sort of like strong push to the upside from that demand after we sweat some liquidity or had some fake break or anything like that, then I'll be happy to follow that trend and follow the internal structure until we break that swing high, right? So yeah, that's what happened on GU. EU, So let's start with the daily. Daily is bearish, internal is bullish. That's our internal low. And for now, I'm waiting for price to potentially reach higher to that supply. It doesn't have inducement, so I'm expecting that to break and potentially continue bullish. H4. H4 is bearish, and after the IBOS, now our internal structure is bearish as bullish as well. So we're in phase C, potentially looking to take price past the EQ. So I'm just following the internal structure. We had this big demand right there that we're expecting price to push higher from. Medium time frame M15 is bullish. That's our swing low. That's our weak swing high. I was looking for potential move to the upside after we get any sort of IBOS, but unfortunately we didn't. So that was our IBOS line. We had the IBOS, then price gave us another IBOS to the upside. Didn't give us any. I mean, we had this demand, but that didn't have any inducement, so it wasn't a strong demand for me to look for buys. And yeah, we just pushed to the downside and broke it. So I wasn't really interested in longs unless we get an IBOS. So because we didn't get an IBOS, yeah, I wasn't interested. Also, wasn't really a fan of sells. Why? Because at that moment, basically, our internal was bullish, and once we shifted bearish again, well, we didn't even start the pullback. So, so yeah. So what happened now is that we have this as our internal high, that as our internal low, right? Price pull back to some sort of EQ. You can see that price is at some, I don't know, minor level of demand here. It's not really strong demand, but yeah. We have the EQ still not I mean the extremes still not mitigated, but we already mitigated the EQ, so we could see potentially price continuing bullish. So internal is bearish, looking for price to potentially give us any sort of continuation to the upside, right? And then we'll just follow price action. So we got that shock right there. This is our only supply, valid supply that we have. Price is creating some sort of fractal structure to the upside, right? So I'm potentially waiting for price to see, I mean, for a reaction and see what price will do. We have this demand right there. And yeah, if price give us the IBOS, then we can potentially follow the trend, follow the M15 until we get a break of structure of the week high. And yeah, for now, looking to only follow the M15 and see where it takes us. So let's see if the M15 or internal structure will shift bullish. And yeah, that was all for today. Very beautiful trade on GU. I'm up 3%, I think, on my funded account now. I need to complete 2 more trading days to request a payout. And yeah,